What's
All
our
right.
next card?
Next card is. Oh no! Come on. This is like all the trauma in one pack. What's going on, everyone? I am Phil, along here with Joe, and for the first time ever, Kevin.
Hi,
Hey. Hi, Kevin.
how's it
We're
going?
so glad to have you.
Yeah.
Good to be
Uh,
here.
Kevin, you're joining us for our Superman ranking video. We are going to rank every single one of the live-action Superman movies. Um, Joe, could you give us what the rankings are?
We're gonna have super, of course, and great, very good, fine, not for me, and die on fire. But I mean, we could say up front that nothing's gonna end up in die on fire, right?
I mean, we are going to debate that. I think that's the
Yeah,
rules of this game. I think. Um,
yeah, it'll be fun.
but what we're also going to do is a couple weeks ago I bought this pack of cards from 1983, Superman 3 trading cards. There's 10 cards in this pack and one stick of bubblegum. After we rank each movie, I'm going to pull out a card and then show it to the guys to see what we pulled out. Um, so you guys ready for some hard debate about Superman movies?
Yes, I think it's
Absolutely.
gonna go pretty easy for a while, or for a few of them at least. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay. How do you feel, Kevin? Feel confident?
I don't feel confident at all, but we're gonna give it a go.
All right. Um, so I guess should we start with the first Superman movie?
I think that's a good place to start.
Superman the movie.
Superman the movie was this 1978? Is that right?
I think that's 78.
Christopher
Yeah.
Reeves, Gene Hackman, Richard Donner. Oh, we're not talking about the Donner cut though of Superman 2 later, but I
Oh,
probably should have added that as well. But that's okay. Superman the movie. Where do you guys put it? Is it terrible, or I mean, I moved it right to the top, but that was maybe a mistake. Is it just great?
That depends on, I think, when you watch it. We just went through, before the new movie came out, we watched through all the Superman movies, and I think when you watch them as an adult, it's very different than watching them like when we were little. So I think, my perception of the movie now is going to be a little bit different than before. I mean, Clark is he's kind of weird, right? He's the horny Boy Scout, you know,
Oh wow.
which I guess is better than the horny Scoutmaster. But
yeah.
you know,
Oh, only just,
I
only
was I was
just.
surprised. I was surprised with the horniness of Clark. It was something that caught me a little off guard. I didn't remember that, but for
I think
me,
that's true to the comic though. Like they say, the yellow sun will give you speed, strength, and raging horniness. Right? That's what they say in the first issue.
yeah, they don't emphasize that one though, so you kind of forget about it.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think they introduced the raging horniness until like issue 3 of Superman. Originally, he was just able to leap tall buildings and then
Yeah.
whatnot, and then issue
That's
3, raging horniness.
Superman versus girls.
Yeah, there's also some other, funny stuff. Well, funny to me, I guess, or, from the time, but I think my actual favorite part of the movie is where Superman saves the cat, gets the cat out of the
Uh,
tree for the girl, and then the girl goes
Yeah.
inside, and she's like, "Mom, the man saved, got the cat down for me." And she goes, "What did I tell you about a lion?" And then you just hear this slap. And I was like,
Oh my
"Wow."
god.
So I was like, "Oh man, I don't remember that either." So I think, if you look at it now, you're probably gonna have like a different score. But like when we were growing up, like this was the superhero movie. So
Yeah. It
and you
certainly
think
was at a point the benchmark that everyone was trying to reach.
you take
Uh,
into consideration like the music and everything too. You know,
yeah.
there's a lot there. There's a lot there.
That's true. What do you think, Phil?
So I mean, I think like Superman in the comics, Superman in the movie is kind of like the progenitor of all of the superhero movies that we've seen since then. Like
Hmm.
I think you'll see a lot of like echoes of Superman the movie even now like casting somebody with a big name as like a relatively minor role, like
Sure.
casting like a relative unknown for your lead, things like that. So like it is a very important movie. There is a lot of sexual assault in this movie.
Oh my
Like
god.
which you get because there's that one scene with Miss Tessmacher and she is like she's feigning like being passed out for a distraction for Lex and Otis to like hijack a nuclear missile, I think. um
Sure.
and then like they get the military like come and find her and they're like, what do we do? And the commanding officer is like, I suggest a vigorous chest massage, and if that doesn't work, mouth to mouth. And like and they're
I
like
watched this like a month ago. I don't even remember this. That's
like every single
crazy.
soldier was like, I'll do it. And then the
Yeah.
commanding officer was like, no, I wouldn't ask you to do anything I wouldn't do. And then like they all like circle around her. Um, I mean, I guess you could argue the fact that like she is the distraction, like she is like she's supposed to invite that kind of reaction. But
Yeah.
it's just a little weird in a superhero movie, and like,
It's
and it's only weird in hindsight. I think, like, I feel like in the late '70s, it's probably it's not great, but it's not as serious as it is now.
right. It played more as goofy and playful and silly.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a PG movie, right?
yeah, I think it's probably.
All right, so it's problematic. Clark's too horny,
He's got
but
he's got
that's
his.
score. You can't deny it.
I mean, he's also got like powers I don't remember. He's got like, when he kisses someone, it's like giving them the date rape drug. They just don't
Yep.
remember the evening. You know, it's a weird movie.
It's a weird movie.
Yeah,
We're gonna encounter a lot of I don't remember Superman having that power as we go along for sure.
at least for these early movies, definitely.
Right. Definitely, yeah. But I think this is probably the least offensive of the group. All right, so I mean, I would put it. I'm gonna go great with this one. I just think it's too important to go lower. Like, what do you guys think? Lower or higher or lower or the
I
same?
wouldn't, I wouldn't go any lower. I think, it's a movie that's very of its time, and we
Yeah.
can look back at things now, and things were a little different than when they were making movies, and you have to kind of understand that. But I think, like you said, like with the importance of it, of I think it's got to be right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Phil.
that's where I would place it as well in great.
Okay, great. All right, let's move on to
Wait,
Superman 2.
before we do that, I'm going to open up this pack of
Oh.
cards and see what we
Oh,
pulled.
nice. Okay. All right.
All right, I'm opening up now. Sealed. Um. Oh, good one up front. Um, an evil Superman.
The best. That's what you want.
So on the back, it's got some text. Um, an evil Superman. Conflicting impulses rack the Man of Steel as his good side, manifested in the image of Clark Kent. Wars with his nasty kryptonite created persona. Is it an inner battle beyond the scope of mortal understanding? Continued on card 60. Challenged by Clark Kent.
What card number is that?
This is number 59.
Oh, of course. I wasn't sure if they were jumping all around.
Yeah.
As we go along with the cards, I'll say we were maybe a little too young at this point for me to be into cards, but when Batman came out in '89, boy oh boy, did I collect those cards. I bought those movie cards nonstop that summer and probably still have them in my basement somewhere, but they were fun. All right, Superman 2. I have very strong feelings about Superman 2. My instinct is to go right to the top. I love Superman 2. I think it's It's a sequel that starts running. It just keeps going. It's got the best Lois and Superman stuff in the beginning, and I love Superman at the end. That whole city fight where he's so concerned about keeping Metropolis safe, and it's big, crazy action on set, like all this practical stuff. I love Superman 2. Tell me why it needs to be down here.
Well, Superman 2. This is this the height of Superman's horniness? Because like, also I have a question. Like, did he have to get his powers away to have sex with Lois? Otherwise, like, was he gonna kill her? Is that why he did that? I don't know.
I mean, I think he was probably afraid he's going to kill her.
Yeah.
Because okay, so like, has this Superman had sex up to this point?
I don't think
He's a good boy.
I don't even think he's touched himself.
Oh my god, there's a bunch of little holes in the ceiling of his boyhood room. Oh,
But how horny of a person do you have to be like, dude, I give up superpowers forever just for that?
it's true
I mean,
love.
He is probably like 30-ish years old at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
we all make
that's a long
mistakes.
time. It's a long time. Sure.
Yeah. I think when I was younger, I think this was my favorite one. And I think it was the scene where he went to the bar at the end of the movie and kind of found that guy again. That was
Yeah.
great. And still loved it when we rewatched it a couple weeks ago.
That's a great like post-credit scene that's still part of the movie. Like that could have been tacked on at the end of nowadays, and people would have roared. They would have loved it. This movie keeps going though. Like I mean, Zod is great. They all the bad guys do tons of fun stuff. Even Luther's good in this one. I don't know. I love
Yeah.
it. This was yeah. I love it.
I will say, like, I feel like there are weird things about all these early Superman movies. Like I do think that, like, people point to Superman 3 as Superman, like, where Superman is a jerk. But like him going back to that diner after he gets the powers, that is him being a jerk. Like, and he's kind of
Yeah.
a jerk in Superman the movie as well. So he's kind of always a jerk.
Yeah, Superman 1, he does the Eiffel Tower thing, right? Where he straightens the Eiffel Tower.
That's Superman 3.
Is
But
that 3? Oh, I'm jumping ahead. Sorry.
So like it's going back to Superman the movie. We're not going to change the ranking, but like when he's flying with Lois, he lets her go.
Right. I mean, never kink shame, but like his fix is dropping people and how they react to that.
I
It's
just
just
think,
another
like,
level of horny.
every once in a while, like, he's like, I gotta do something for me. I do all this good stuff. Like, first movie's like, man, I'm gonna drop Lois. I just want to see her face. It's great. Second one, he just embarrasses, random guy in cold area. And you know what? Sometimes you gotta do something for yourself. Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. This Superman 2 is the one where he's like, I got to go back to the Fortress of Solitude, and he hitchhikes to Antarctica. Like,
Yeah.
well, yeah. This is also the one with the craziest amount of Superman doesn't have that power, especially in the final fight in the Fortress of Solitude, where
Yeah.
he throws the shield from his chest, and they do the whole. There's
Like
multiples of
multiple-
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be argued that like that was the Fortress of Solitude. Like he's got like
Oh.
it is all kinds of weird though. Still, I don't hate Superman 2. Like I enjoy Superman 2. I do think it is like it's a movie is more enjoyable than Superman the movie.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's
because of like,
faster
everything
paced.
you mentioned.
Yeah. Excellent. So I will not let it go below great, but I would suggest it goes up to super. But if you guys aren't having it, I'm willing to put it down.
I think Super's a little much for me.
Okay. All right.
Just
We'll
me.
leave it at great,
All right.
and we'll move on to Superman. Oh, we'll do another
Well,
card.
you're doing the card. And then the next card we have is Attacking Lorelei Ambrosia. I don't even know what's going on in this card.
Yeah, what is that? Is that? Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, I could see, like, this is the figure, like she's getting blasted, and like that's her
Yeah.
legs down here, and that's her head. Like it took me a while, like a minute, to figure out what the hell is going on in this picture.
We did it. We got it in this one pack. We got the worst Superman 3 card.
Oh no, we still have 8 more cards to go. We don't know if we got the
could get-
worst one.
It could go down from here. And we are finally up to Superman 3, starring Christopher Reeve's Richard Pryor. A fun movie, and different than the other two, which I appreciated. And Richard Pryor is great in this. He's so much fun. This is the one where it's real light on Lois, right? Like she's barely in this one.
Yes.
Yeah, she.
Oh, this is the Lana one. What do you guys think about Lana Lang? And those cold Kansas days, and her weird kid.
I don't know. I kind of in these movies, I preferred her to Lois.
Okay. Controversial.
Yeah, I mean,
Phil?
like, I think there is something to be said about Lana. Like, I think Annette O'Toole is a great actress, and like, she becomes Ma Kent in Smallville, so there's that factor. And like, she doesn't. I feel like, and maybe it's unfair to Lois as Margot Kidder as Lois. Like, there are parts of her performance where she's a little bit grating.
Sure.
And that might just be the script and whatnot and the directing, but like, I feel like there wasn't enough Lana to be grating.
You think if there was one more solid movie that was Lana heavy, you would have been like, all right, enough Lana.
Maybe.
Who's he going to meet next? Okay. Well, I mean, I agree. Like, the series does not do Lois justice, I think. She's such a strong character, and I'm bothered that she can't figure out that it's Superman, because she's just like the smartest person in the room, and I'm also bothered by the fact that he does give her the Men in Black kiss at least 2 times, at least twice, which is 2 times too many, if you ask me.
Yeah. I will also say about this movie, this is like, so I watched this when I was young. Like my dad had rented it at the video store for me, I think, or me and my sister, and I watched it probably like when I was really young, because I was still in Delaware the first time around. The ending freaked me the hell out. Like to this day, like I still get a little anxious with that ending.
Yeah,
Like the machine.
it's haunting.
So yeah, it was the whole the one woman becoming the cyborg, and then like the acid, which was like looked like blood to me as I like, because I was young, and like I just like this. I was like, so Kevin, you weren't on this recording, but Joe, remember I was talking about that kid who was watching Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil, and he's like, this is too much for me.
Yeah.
I did not have that instinct, and it was too much for me, but I still watched it.
You're like, I miss when Superman was horny. All right, so where are we going to put this? Is it fine, or maybe fine's the wrong word? Is it very good?
I think this is the worst Superman movie.
Okay. So we're going to put it in the fine or not for me area. Is it watchable?
I think it's still watchable. I think all of the Superman movies, even the bad ones, have good and redeeming parts to them.
Yep.
Personally, I would rank it not for me, just because of my childhood memories of it.
Oh.
But like, that's my ranking. you guys have your own ranking. Like if you outnumber me, then that's fine. I'm going to
All right.
the
I think
consequences.
I think we're gonna bump it up to fine, uh, because it doesn't feel right. Like, is this a movie that you will ever watch again? Either of you?
I would never go and turn it on,
Okay. But if
in
it
Yeah.
spite,
was on,
in spite of
I'll
Richard
say
Pryor.
Superman 3's got a really great opening. Like he's in full on Superman mode in that, where he's like running around the city and taking care of business. There's definitely fun stuff here. We're gonna leave
But
it at
this is
fine,
like
and then
the evil Superman.
yeah,
I mean, like, this is the most evil stuff you can think of doing. We're gonna straighten out the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and, what other. He's going to actually have sex and not kill a person.
Yeah, he does have sex with what's her face? Actually, it's Lorelai Ambrosia, I think. He has sex
hey,
with her.
is that his stream hitting her? Can we cut
I
that out?
mean, I think that's going to be the computer stream.
All right,
Um,
Superman 3. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I think. And why is this, like, when he's evil, why does his suit just look dirty? I,
The saturation dips hard on this whole outfit.
Did you guys ever watch? So there's this documentary about like the people who dress up in costumes and like ask for pictures at outside the Rome's Chinese Theater. Like there's that Superman like
Yeah.
I guess you call them cosplayers. I don't know like but there's this one scene where like it's like hot out and he's like, oh, you just like wet your costume and like nobody can tell. I feel like that's what Superman 3 was like.
He's like-
That's what his costume was like.
He's like, "Come on in for a picture. Give me a hug." And he's
Yeah.
soaking wet.
and, like, he's supposed to be evil Superman, though, and he's, like, not even. Is he really that evil? I mean, he's. Turns into an alcoholic. He's just at the bar, trying to mind his own business.
Flicking those peanuts.
Yep.
All right, so the next card that we have is well, the Fantastic Computer.
Oh, that's a dud.
Yeah. I mean,
I mean, computers are so important to this movie, so they have to be represented.
yeah, I just told you guys my trauma from when I was young about this movie, and like this pack of cards is not helping.
It's not helping. It could, with every flip of the card, you could be just taken back to that moment. Oh
You
my
really
God.
picked
All right.
the wrong movie if you were going to do the cards.
Yeah, they didn't have Superman 4 cards though, so I would have preferred that.
Speaking of Superman 4, I like Superman 4. I think it's silly, fun, and we could all agree that it is mercifully short.
Yes.
It's the shortest of the Superman movies. It's the last Christopher Reeves movie, too.
I think the first half of the movie is actually really good.
Yeah.
As soon as Nuclear Man comes in, it kind of goes downhill. Nuclear Man, you can tell that he's got some of Clark's DNA because this guy just wants to get after Muriel Hemingway. He definitely got that part from Clark, but I think the second half of the movie is a lot of problems, but the first half of it was actually pretty good.
So I think Superman 4 is actually maybe the Superman movie that I've watched the most.
Really?
Why?
Well, I mean, one because it is short, like it is,
Yeah.
but it's also kind of like it's something that it's definitely a movie that you can put on and not have to pay attention to.
That's true. You won't miss any huge plot points.
Yeah, it is also like inadvertently silly. Like it's not it's so bad that it is like it's funny how bad it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead.
the one that gets the closest to like the Adam West Batman TV show. Like, I mean, as good as the first half is, and like 3 of my favorite things happen in the back half. Like when he fixes the Great Wall of China just by looking at it. Awesome. Like, no notes. When Nuclear Man basically buries Superman in the moon just by this pile driving him in there. Wonderful. Could not have laughed harder. And then when he brings Meryl Hemingway into space with him, and it's totally cool. Like, no problems. Love it. I love it. That could totally happen on an Adam West Batman TV show or a Fast and the Furious movie, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I mean, like the first time, like as an adult when I watched Superman 4, and like a Nuclear Man takes Muriel Hemingway up into space, and like they do the reverse shot of like the Earth, and it's like this big on screen. Like, how far out are you?
Yeah, yeah.
I will say about this.
I've watched.
Go ahead.
I've watched the real quick. I've watched the Human Torch pass out twice this week. Because he was too high in the atmosphere. But Meryl Hemingway is no problems. She's good to go.
I will say that this movie is probably the most prescient of the early Superman movies, because of the Daily Planet storyline, where a media mogul buys the Daily Planet, and like he basically turns it into like a tabloid, like talking about like how people like don't read the news and like making sensational headlines. It's basically the world we're living in now with like clickbait and all that stuff. So it's interesting to see it from that perspective. The most unrealistic thing though in Superman 4 is none of what we mentioned before. It's the fact that Perry White disappears in the first half of the movie, comes back at the very end, and gets enough money to buy the shares of the Daily Planet, to take back control of
Yeah.
the Daily Planet. Like, how much money is that? Like, why did they give him that money? Like,
He is mercilessly in debt. Like, he's like, I convinced the banks to take a chance on me, or I convinced the banks that this is important. Almost as like that they might be investors, like all the banks invested in it too, but he's in charge for some reason. It's crazy, especially since newspapers are about to fall off completely after this. And while we're on the subject of newspapers, in any of the movies, do they switch from print to online newspaper? Like, does that happen at any point in any of these films? I don't think so. Maybe it's both in the Snyder movies, but I don't know.
yeah. I will say though of this movie, if you pay attention to like the little background details of like, it's hilarious because you know that end shot where like Superman flies down and like talks to the crowd. So there's like while he's flying in, there's a reflective building in the background, and you can totally see the crane where that is like that's flying that Superman in.
If we were looking at, go ahead.
They use the same flying towards the camera shot like 5 times. Like all that like is unintentionally funny. That being said, I don't know that I would categorize this as a good movie. So like it is beneath very good for me.
What do you think, Kevin? Very good or fine?
For me, it's fine. Like the second half is just so problematic, but the first half is so good. I'm giving it an average score.
Okay, that sounds good to me. We're going to leave it at fine. And Phil, if you were about to open a Superman 4-pack, how great would it be if you got the card with the crane on it? Like that shot. Amazing. What's our next card?
Next card is, oh no, come on. This is like all the trauma in one pack. This is Vera's monstrous.
No way. Phil, like you did it. Did you pick the pack that was like right on top, or were you all like,
I don't remember, but like seriously, like this is just like 10 cards of trauma for me.
God. Phil, I'm going to give you a t-shirt of that for your birthday. Next up, we leap forward years Over a decade. This comes out in 2000 or 1999. Forget.
It's 2005,
Is
right?
it 2005? Oh wow.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, Superman Returns, starring Brandon Routh and Kevin Spacey, directed by uh, Bryan
Bryan
Singer.
Singer.
Bummer. Kate Bosworth is Lois, and who else? No one else, really.
I mean, there's the villain, Kevin
Oh, Kevin
Spacey.
Spacey. Yeah, yeah, as Lex Luthor, yeah.
Um,
Um,
no, I forgot while watching this movie that can't remember her name
Cal
now.
Penn. Oh,
No, well, Cal
Parker
Penn, but
Posey.
also Parker Posey's in this movie.
She's
Yeah.
really good in this. I loved her whole distraction technique with the car that leads to the classic Superman shot of him holding up the car. And her shock at the dogs eating the old lady. She was very good in this.
James Marsden too.
Marsden, okay, of course. The forever cuck, never getting the girl, but always being a great guy. I mean, he was in his never cook era, or like never gonna get it era, like with this, and he has the same role basically in X-Men and The
Yeah.
Notebook, and it's very much like he's that guy, which is weird because Marsden's great. My dog hates him, but Marsden's great.
Does he
Hey,
get the
chill
girl
out.
in the Sonic movies?
Yeah, they're married, and Sonic doesn't steal her away or anything. Could you imagine? I'm sorry, I have to leave you. I'm
Also
runs
banging
really
27
fast.
dresses. Joe.
27 dresses, he gets the girl. Yeah. But if there was another male lead, he would.
I th- I think I like this movie more than most, especially comic book people liked this movie. Superman, has grown up a little. He's moved on from horny to kind of stalkery, but
Big
in
step.
that playful way, right? You know, I think this version of Lex, I mean, it's very easy to root against Kevin Spacey now. So,
Yep.
that helps. There's some pretty big jumps that you make in this movie, like at the end where he, lasers out part of the Earth and throws it into space. I'm like, isn't that thing made of kryptonite? Like,
Yeah.
That
you
was
were
really hard to
you
swallow,
were
I
just
remember.
easing up
Yeah.
on the plane, and now
Yeah.
you can just take this into space. But overall, like this one I really liked.
I hadn't seen this one in forever when I watched it a couple weeks ago though,
Yeah.
and was really impressed that like I mean the internet has been telling us for since it came out that it's terrible. Like we're like constantly and whenever it comes up people are like, "Oh, that movie's trash." But it's totally not. It's so fun, and Ralph, I was impressed, nails both Superman and Clark. I think he's great on both those parts. And it moves along really well. When it kind of loses steam for me is there's a big chunk in the middle where the shift focus is from, or sorry, there's a shift in focus in the middle from Superman to Lex and Lois, who have two stories that kind of merge together. And that story is not bad, and that it's done well. But I think Superman Returns can't. It doesn't work without when Superman's not in it. Like he needs to be the focus, and when he is, the movie I think really works.
Yeah. Great opening
Phil,
scene
what'd you think?
too,
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
with him saving the airplane and the rescue there was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of good in Superman Returns. Um, like on a rewatch though, it is very like kind of dour, I guess. Like it doesn't have like any of the like kind of the joy of the Don or the Christopher Reeve movies, I think, which it is trying to like be like a continuation of those movies.
Right.
Um,
It's actually it's trying to erase part 3 and part 4. It's supposed to
yeah,
go from part 2 right into this. which was bold of them to say like, "Hey, even we know these are bad. Let's just continue." Dower, it's hard to agree with you on the dour aspect only because we're about to run into the dourest of Supermen in the next 5 movies or 4 movies.
I think, flat might be, maybe not dour. It's not like, gray and hopeless feeling like some of them coming up here, but it is, a flatter movie. There's not a lot of excitement in there. There's not a lot of stuff for Superman to do, until, the end of the movie.
Yeah. And we have to go through the mental gymnastics of like how Superman had a kid. Like,
Right.
why does Lois not remember? Like, what is it from Lois's perspective? Like, if it is Superman's kid, and she don't remember being with Superman, how did that all work? Like, I don't know.
But it seems like she remembers. So, is there another time where these two were hooking up? And
There
he
must
was
have
like,
been, right?
I'm just going to keep my powers and see what happens.
Yeah.
Did he go back to the Fortress of Solitude to get his powers like erased again, and then do the thing, and then go back and get his powers back?
That's a lot of hitchhiking to Antarctica.
Yeah. What are the odds of finding yet another truck driver willing to take you to Antarctica?
Well, there is that one truck that delivers supplies to the Fortress of Solitude. That's it. Okay, so she knows that Superman's the father. I can accept that. But she doesn't know that Superman and Clark are the same person. Did he half kiss her so she would half forget?
Just a little bit.
I don't know.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a kiss on the cheek.
Oh. Would it ever have to get to the point where Superman does something so terrible that he's like, the only way out of this is I have to kiss everybody on the cheek. And he just flies around the whole world just kissing everybody. Superman Returns. I go very good with this. I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah, I'm there.
I mean, I think it is better than 3 and 4, but not as good as 1 and 2. So, like, I think that's an appropriate rating.
Excellent. Let's see another card, Phil.
All right.
Another nightmare card from the nightmare pack.
Okay. I mean, this is fine. A nimble feat, almost. It's fine. It's I mean, I think it's probably from the beginning of the movie. Yeah, it's card number 8. Yeah, it's not nightmare inducing, so I'm good with it.
We're headed in the right direction. Movie wise, are we headed in the right direction? Where do we stand on Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, starring Henry Cavill and Amy Adams and Lawrence Fishburne? Oh, and Diane Lane and Kevin Costner as Ma and Pa Kent.
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon as Zod. He's so good as Zod. And Russell Crowe as Jor-El. Fantastic. He's amazing in this movie.
Was this Russell Crowe's first foray into being the father of somebody with superpowers?
Weird question.
Well, like,
Does he do it a lot?
He plays Jor-El in this movie. What's the next one? He plays Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder. He plays Kraven's dad in Kraven the Hunter. That is 3 different roles where he just played the father to, like, a superhero adjacent movie, I guess, or if you want to count Kraven the Hunter as one of his movies.
That is, I mean, it's just the era for the career he's in, his career that he's in right now. If these movies had been popularized when he was in his prime, he would have been Wolverine, or so to have him or he would have been Kraven. Oh my God, can you imagine Russell Crowe as Kraven? The weird accent he would pick. Yeah, that's weird. I'd never noticed that before. This is definitely the first superhero father figure, and I think it's a good one. And I'm glad he's he's kept on throughout the movie. Like he's the ship's AI. It's in the rest of the film. I really love this movie. I think Cavill is a fantastic Superman. We were lucky to have him for as long as we did. They are dark. After watching all these Snyder movies in a row, Snyder's celebrating like the brutal, cool side of the DC universe, and that's hard to fully embrace with Superman. But if you look at his films as just the dawn of Superman, like how we get to the Superman we all want, secret, like the Christopher Reeve Superman, then it's an 11-hour journey through darkness and despair to get there. And then we just didn't get to see his vision of what it might look like after that. But as an opener to Zack Snyder's world, this is a good one. Action's crisp. Villains are terrific. Casting's great. It's a little long, maybe. I mean, it's a Zack Snyder movie. But I'm on board. The rewatch for me went really great for this one.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie. Pretty well cast. Another one that kind of gets crapped on a little too much. This is one of those, like, when you're flipping through on TV, you know, FX plays this movie all the time. Like, you see it on there, like, you stop.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's a lot of good stuff in the movie. Obviously, with it being Superman, you'd like to see some more, you know, brightness and positivity coming out of it. But, you know, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't hate this movie as much as people hated it when it first came out, and like the choice to kill Zod. By the way, spoilers. I don't know that we said this in the
Spoiler time, yeah.
yeah,
For all of them.
all for the like 6 movies that we've ranked so far. Um, so he kills Zod at the end of the movie, and I didn't have a problem with it. One, because if Superman kills anybody in the comics, it is Zod. Like, he's killed Zod a few times, I think, at least
Sure.
once that I can point out specifically. So like the fact that he kills Zod didn't bother me. The fact that he's just like beginning his superhero career or his career as a hero, I guess, and that gives him a place to go, potentially to go in the next movies, which never really happened. But the promise of the movie was there, I thought, and I also think that Zack Snyder was kind of tempered by, because weren't the Nolans also involved in the making of this movie as
Right.
producers?
Yeah. They Warner Brothers loved so much the Dark Knight trilogy that they wanted the Nolans to oversee this. Yeah. So they were on as producers.
Yeah, so I think that like that tempered kind of Zack Snyder's like impulses to go even darker
I mean,
than
that's good.
they would. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. Like, that's why I think this is probably the best of this era of DC movies for Superman, I guess.
With him killing Zod, I will say that, like, yeah, if he's going to kill anybody, Zod's a great choice. But the most important thing about it is, and they don't shy away from this, is like, he's not okay with it. Like, he struggles with it. And is like, when it's over, he's not like, I did it, I saved the day. He's all like, that was hard. Like, he's a mess. Like, rightfully so. So I think that it's not like they weren't thinking about the consequences. And he's a total rookie. And the destruction of Metropolis was hard to take in this film. But it's like the first thing they address in the next one. So I don't know, maybe they were listening to the fans with that, but I don't think they shy, like it's dark for the sake of being dark. I think that's the right way to say it. Like, it's dark, but there are reasons, and he sifts through them.
So that being said, I would not put it in the league of Superman the movie and Superman 2.
Okay.
Like, I would actually rank it below, just because, like, I don't think it's as good as those movies are. So,
Do we need to redefine this era? Maybe make this fine, make this good, and then we could do something like this.
I
Or
would
did
just,
we like it the way it was? This
yeah,
looks good.
I don't know. I think, having it how it was and kind of forecasting the next couple movies, you know, we're gonna fill in some of those lower categories, I think.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. All right, we can set it back the way it was then. All right, so we're gonna put Man of Steel here. Very good. We'll put these guys at good. And we'll change this to yikes. I would put Man of Steel up here with great, but I'm happy to have it at very good. And I think both these movies are very good. We're seeing for the first time, like, the visual effects are on point, and the action is, like, truly what you would picture in your mind of, like, Superman just flying really fast and beating the hell out of a guy. Whereas in the movies from the 80s and 70s, like, they could only do so much. So in these are our first two experiences where we're getting to see crazy action with it, and I think that's part of the reason it works for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, all right, let's see a card, Phil.
All right. This is actually a sticker, I believe, because it looks a little bit different. So
Ooh la
I'll actually show a card, but what the hell is this? Oh, okay. I was like, it is Superman with Richard Pryor as the general. That's the sticker, I believe. Um, huh.
Love
I
it.
don't. I don't know what this is on the back though.
Is that
Is it-
he's like poking out of an egg? Like, what is that? It's hard to tell.
I think this is probably from the fight at the end, but it says, "Here is what your completed red border picture will look like. Collect all
Oh,
10 stickers and packs of." Huh. I don't know.
that's the assembled image.
I guess if you peel off the sticker, like the image is underneath. I have no idea.
Wild.
But for the actual card, it is Lana Lang at the Daily Planet.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, next up is Batman versus Superman. Again, it's Zack Snyder. We get Ben Affleck as Batman. We get Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Kind of a rushed idea, maybe. I think everyone in the world was like, yeah, Man of Steel 2, can't wait. Batman 1, can't wait. But they're like, no. Buckle up. What did you think of this one, Phil?
It was budget cutting, They're just getting everything together
Yeah, that's true.
for one.
Yeah,
So-
it
so
totally
the
makes
movie-
sense.
The movie feels to me like Zack Snyder wanted the fight from Dark Knight Returns, and then backfilled all like how to get there from. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he was like, I really love that fight in Dark Knight Returns. Like, it's so powerful. I want to put that on film. We didn't introduce Batman yet. How do we get him from there? Like, and then that's what the first like hour of the movie is trying to get to that one scene. Obviously,
You
Martha.
can't say. I think you can't say that like that might have been what he did. Like he's like, I love this part, but what do we need to do to get there? It's not like he's just like, well, we'll do whatever, it'll be fine. That story is complicated as hell.
Yeah.
Like he introduces reasonable reasons for both Superman to hate Batman and Batman to hate Superman. And he introduces Lex Luthor, and he introduces the angry people of Metropolis that are, the ones that are glad he saved them, but the ones that are disfigured and the ones that are upset at what happened. I don't hate this movie, so it's hard for me, but because I know a lot of people do. But it's a big swing, and it mostly works, I'll say. And that fight, the last hour, which is like I think Batman and Superman face off at and there's an hour left, and it's nonstop fighting. It's them fighting, and then it's them fighting. Doomsday spoilers, but it just keeps going, and it's not terrible. It's fun. It's, you know,
I
we read
think they
these
tried,
books and like we get to see it. Sorry, Kevin, go ahead.
I think they tried to pack too much stuff in the movie. I mean, you've got like the death of Superman story, plus you've got the Dark Knight that you're trying to do, trying to weave in there, along with introducing, you know, Wonder Woman and Batman, in this universe, and it's just too much, trying to accomplish too much. I mean, I like the idea that we're getting, Batman when he's a little bit later on, because you can always go back and tell different stories. So, and we all know like where Batman came from, pretty much, right? We don't need to
Sure.
rehash everything. So I really liked that, you know, but I think it needed some editing, probably at the script level, just to kind of give it a more narrow focus. And I think, there's a good movie in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Not that I think this is a bad movie. This isn't Die on Fire or anything, but you know, it's it's just trying to do too much.
It is definitely weird to see the death of Superman in a situation where Batman and Superman like met yesterday. And they're both not sure who Wonder Woman is completely. Like the death of Superman and the Dark Knight storylines, like there's such established characters. So yeah, they were definitely trying. They were rushing. They were getting to something and jamming it all in
And
for sure.
maybe that was about getting to places they wanted in the Justice League movie, but you
Yeah,
know, Superman hasn't, seemingly has not been around very long at this point. Like, and you got a lot of people that see like the bad side, of like the collateral damage and everything. Half the people aren't even upset, that he's dead at this point. Like he
yeah.
hasn't risen to that level that he'll, eventually get to. So it was, not as meaningful and impactful.
Do we think that maybe that's a Nolan influence? Because that's what Nolan does sort of with the Dark Knight trilogy. Because the Dark Knight trilogy spans only a couple of years, and in that time, we get the origin of Batman. We get a town that hates and fears him, and then we get him disappearing and passing the mantle,
Hmm.
uh, which is very un-Batman. Like the Batman we grew up with was a Batman that fought crime in Gotham City for 40 years. Like he was a mainstay. In the Nolan movies, he's not. He's like, I mean, he would have been gone in 4 or 5 years.
Uh,
Yeah, I
Phil, what
mean,
did you think of Batman vs Superman?
yeah, I don't know. Like, um, there's just so much like that is like it's like looking at all the other movies. Like, I don't think it's worse than Superman 3 and 4, but I don't think it's good as Superman Returns and Superman of Steel. You know what I mean?
Sure.
yeah.
Um, I think like a lot of people had problem with like Ben Affleck as Batman like going into it, but like he's not the worst part of the movie.
No, he's not. There's moments where he's really good.
Yeah.
Uh, he's a good Batman. He was a good Batman. So do we like this look a little bit better, where Batman and Superman's right in the middle, and then we have these guys down in the fine category, 3 and 4 as a fine? What do you think, Gus? Or lower? Do these? Is it there? Is it like this?
Well, I was gonna say like of those three movies, like I would rewatch Superman 4, but I would not like voluntarily watch Superman 3 or Batman v Superman. Like
Really?
probably yeah.
All right. So Phil's saying this.
I don't know. So Superman 3 is the worst Superman to me. So like I would put Batman vs Superman on good, and then leave Superman 3 at the bottom there.
Phil, would you compromise at good? Because I would put Batman vs Superman at very good. I kind of like it. It's just so
I,
much fun in it.
I would compromise and put it as good. So I will say, because you mentioned like how like the back half of this movie is all like fights and like it's good action. It like some of it's great action. I would say there's a few things that like stick in my craw with that movie. So
Okay,
like in Man of Steel, like I think Zack Snyder got a lot of flack for like the destruction of Metropolis. How
sure.
like you see all of, like the kind of the carnage that Zod and Superman kind of in their wake of their battle. Um, like there's a couple of things in Batman v Superman where they're like, oh, it's an uninhabited part of town, or oh, it's after 5, so like there's nobody in that part of town, which to me is not necessarily like, oh, like let's make sure the audience knows that there's nobody in this town. It's more Zack Snyder being like, "F you, they're uninhabited. I don't care, whatever." Like that's what it feels like to me.
Oh, what's crazy is that in his version of Justice League too, like the big finale is in a place that is uninhabited because of nu- nuclear winter.
Yeah.
But Warner Brothers added in a subplot where there were people there. That must have been the biggest fuck you to him. Oh my god!
But yeah,
All
like
right,
that. There's a couple things like it just sticks in my craw a little bit, like where it's like, I just want the cool action, like what I mean? Like I'm just
yeah,
gonna throw
yeah.
these little tidbits in there, so just to the people who are like complaining about this stuff, whatever.
Do you think that's why James Gunn wrote in a citywide evacuation in the 2025 Superman?
I don't think so, because I like in that movie, and we're gonna get to that movie in a little bit.
Yep.
Um, like Superman actually like cares about the people around him,
Yeah.
where it doesn't seem like it's not that Superman doesn't care. I think it's more that like Zack Snyder doesn't care about the people in Metropolis.
I think that's a good point. I think there's a case to be made to be. There's a case you could argue that Superman is still new and doesn't know how to juggle all the things like saving people and stopping the bad guy at the same time. But yeah, Snyder almost likes it better that way.
Yeah.
Before we move on, let me ask you this: if instead of Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League were as 3 separate movies, what do you guys think? Would it have been better as one season of television? So like an 8 to 9 episode season of television that's called Superman, and you get to see him become Superman. You get to see all the dark and so it's everything. It's the death of Superman. It's the Dark Knight. You get Batman. Like, would that play? Would that be okay? As opposed to 3 movies that throw everything at you.
If it was different seasons, if each movie was a different season.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Okay. 3 season. Yeah. Okay. All right. I love that. Phil, show us a card.
All
Give
right.
us a
The
good
next
one.
card is, I mean, this is leading up to it. Confronting his foes. So it's leading up to the finale of
Okay.
It's not.
Are
It's
these
not
cards in
quite.
chronological order? Oh, yeah.
They're not.
Okay.
It's not like this is right before my trauma. So
So that even that card makes you a little uncomfortable. So going chronologically, we have the Justice League that was taken over by Joss Whedon. So Zack Snyder directed it, but then Joss Whedon came in to do some reshoots and to craft it. And there's so much drama behind this, so much. Even it spilled over into the fans that some people accepted it, some people rejected it. I remember at the time liking it only because I was like, oh, fun. I like these characters, and even though I have problems with the story, it's still great to see them running around. Over time, I've soured on this movie a little bit. This version. Phil,
yeah,
you just rewatched it like minutes ago. You
yeah,
just completed
like
it.
an hour ago, I finished watching it. Um,
How
yeah,
how does it replay?
it's weird. It's a weird movie. Like especially having seen the Snyder Cut, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Um, like there are parts of it that are the same, obviously, because Joss Whedon didn't film a whole new movie. But the parts he did film are a little like incongruous with the Zack Snyder parts of it.
Truth. What are his add-ons? Like I mentioned, this there were families living in the nuclear zone.
Yeah.
I do remember liking how the heroes had to balance both fighting Steppenwolf and his gang, and at the same time saving people. And you get a couple, like Flash pulling a truck and Superman carrying a building is fun.
Yeah.
Like I liked that little sub story. What else did he add in? Did Joss Whedon add in
So, well, I
that
mean, I think
were?
the whole opening, like, I think everything up until maybe the Wonder Woman scene is Joss Whedon.
Is that right?
So, like, it opens with two kids who are filming Superman with his CGI lip, upper lip,
Right.
about like what he likes best about the planet, like how fast you're. I don't know. They ask a bunch of questions. Then it goes right into like I believe it is Batman chasing down a criminal and capturing a
On a
parademon.
rooftop. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all Joss Whedon, and I think what follows after that is the Wonder Woman scene from like what is also in the Snyder cut of her like foiling a like terrorist plot.
Oh,
Um,
right. Yes. Yeah.
but yeah,
In
it's
that scene. Okay.
yeah.
So you just rewatched it. Can you, I have not seen this version in a while, but I did just watch the Snyder cut. In that scene, she knocks the bad guy out the window with her uh, gauntlets, and
Yeah.
it basically explodes, and the dude is definitely dead. And then she turns to the crowd of girls and she says, maybe 15 times, everyone okay? Everyone good? And this one girl says, can I be like you when I grow up? And she says, you mean murder people straight up? You absolutely can. Does that happen in the Joss Whedon version?
It actually ends with her like doing the like the gauntlet thing, and you don't actually see the aftermath of it. You don't see the
Okay.
windows exploding behind the guy.
Like if you're a cop outside, you're like, "Oh, this is terrible. This is the worst thing that could ever happen." As
The
opposed to,
terrorist won.
yeah, the terrorists won. They did it. Sorry, Kevin. Where do you stand on Justice League?
I mean, it's a bad movie. You know, it's not like there's nothing good in it. It's just boring. If you, using earlier, like if I'm going through and seeing what's on TV, if Justice League's there, and I'm going back to Law and Order SVU, for the 800th time. I just, it's like if I had to describe Justice League, it's just like I just don't care.
Yeah.
There was nothing in there that I needed to revisit.
Yeah.
Do we put this in the die on fire category, or are we being nice to it, or I mean, I might put it here because uh,
It's fine. I don't know if I would put anything in, from these movies and Die on Fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
Phil.
I mean, I don't think while it is not a great movie, um it's like it's okay. It's fine. Like if it were the only Justice League movie that we had, like
Yeah.
it'd be fine. It wouldn't be something I would rewatch, but it's like, hey, we got a Justice League movie. Yay.
It's amazing that the Snyder Cut kept the conversation of this movie going for as long as it did. And then when he released it, people were kind of ho hum on it, except for his followers that
Yeah.
loved it no matter what. But I'm kind of glad because it's true. It's just this Joss Whedon version is just fine, and it very easily could have just disappeared. Like, and we would have been like, oh, yeah, that happened. But because of the Joss Whedon, or because of the Zack Snyder version, we get to revisit this in different ways, and I there are things I like in these movies, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're good at fine. We're gonna leave it there. This is very evenly stacked. It's super strange. But we only have 2 left, so they can't both be super, can they? Or both die on fire.
I mean, maybe we'll find out.
We're going to find out. All right, Phil, before we find out, give us another card.
So we actually get what was in the back of the one card. So this is Strength of the Man of Steel.
That's great.
So like the image from the sticker that you, if you wanted to put it together, you've gotten this card now. So they're basically the same card.
Double guide. I love it. All right. We have the Zack Snyder cut that I don't think it went to theaters. It just was like straight to HBO Max, right? Or HBO Go at the time. And bless you. And I did just rewatch this today, except I watched the Justice is Gray cut. And I'll say not enough contrast for me. Really made me miss the blue Superman suit at the end. But even though this is a 4-hour movie, I'm kind of there for it. If you put yourself into it and you just accept that this is the world he's creating and like you just go on the journey with him, I think it works. There are huge problems, but for the most part, I'm good with it. I think it's a good movie.
Nah,
What do you guys think? Nah. Hard pass. Is it better than the Joss Whedon cut?
no, because the Joss Whedon cut at least has the decency to be shorter. I don't know. I don't know if there was anything in that other cut like I needed.
Yeah. I mean, so there were, first of all, Joe, you didn't miss any contrast of the Superman costume because it is black in the color cut.
No, at the very end, it's a nice blue.
No. No.
Really?
In
What am I thinking?
in the Snyder, well, in the Joss Whedon version, it is blue and red, the classic colors, but in the Snyder cut, it is black and silver.
Even at the very end?
Even at the very end.
Shame on Zack Snyder. Shame.
Well, again, this is. I feel like Zack Snyder's impulse to be dark. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I don't want any color in my movies. I think that's why they released the Justice is Gray version, which I've never seen. And he's like, Superman's costume, that dark blue, not dark enough. Needs to be black and silver. No red. I don't want any red.
I mean, black and silver was the death costume after he came back.
It was when he came back from the death, yeah. So, like, technically, canonically accurate, but, like...
Maybe he's working towards that.
I do think that the Snyder Cut is a better version of this movie than the Whedon cut is, or the Whedon version. It is too long, though. It is way too long.
It is long. Yeah.
If it were a miniseries, I would like that's more palatable because it's like, oh, I'm buckling in for like 4 episodes of something. That's fine.
Yeah.
But for like a single movie, for it to be 4 hours long, that is entirely too long. Too
It's
indulgent.
a new kind of torture. All right, so this is landing at the fine section pretty nicely then.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Before we move on, can I ask you this about Zack Snyder? Because I like Zack Snyder. I think he makes watchable movies. I love his action. I think he's a good director, I think. He's had some major missteps, but he clearly wants to make comic book movies, and he wanted to play with these big boy characters, but it's almost like his brutal take wasn't right for Superman, like for the hope and that people want from Superman. What comic book character should he be working on where it doesn't matter that they kill a bunch of people? It doesn't matter that they're questionable anti-heroes. You know, they're not good guys. They're just, you know, jerks that do the right thing every now and then. Who, like, is there anybody that comes to mind? Like, maybe like a Constantine or a Punisher. Like, can you imagine a Punisher movie by Zack Snyder? How crazy would that be? But is there anybody else? Like, does anybody come to mind?
I mean, mostly '90s characters, I think.
Yeah.
Like, um, oh, why hasn't Zack Snyder been tapped for like a Spawn movie?
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd watch that.
It'd be dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Before
almost wish they'd let him do like a cyborg movie because watching the Justice League cut, I was like, oh, people would have been more on board with Cyborg if they'd gotten like a full like introduction to him, and Zack Snyder's take on it was great. Like he's actually kind of hopeful and dark at the same time.
yeah.
But yeah,
Um,
Spawn would rock.
so I want to say this before we move away from Zack Snyder. Um, some of Zack Snyder's movies always feel like porn to me because like there are times when it's like I just want to watch the action scenes,
Yeah,
like because like I think the action is good, like the action is great in Zack Snyder's movies, but like everything leading up to it, like I don't really care about, and I don't think Zack Snyder cares about it either. So like I'm not alone on that.
All right.
I don't know. Seeing his director's cuts, he must care because otherwise they'd be shorter.
I think we learned things about Phil today, though. Not into foreplay.
No, get right to it.
Sometimes
All
you
right,
just want to get punched in the face. That's all I'm saying.
hurt me, Superman. All right, give us another card, Phil.
Right. Oh, this is a nice card. It is the picnic.
Love it.
Picnic between Clark Kent and Lana Lang.
Just seeing those cards actually is making me miss Lana Lang a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, we're moving on to 2025. We have the first movie in the DCU, Superman, starring Corn Sweat, directed by James Gunn. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor, who's great. Rachel Brosnahan is Lois Lane, who's also great. It's a great cast. I thought this was a great start to the new universe. It's a great, wild, crazy Superman movie that reminds you of the origin but doesn't retell it. It's a James Gunn movie, but if I can't, I love James Gunn movies, but for people that hate James Gunn movies, I don't think this feels like a James Gunn movie. Take out some of those needle drops, and it feels very accessible and like it feels like prestigious, which I wouldn't. Not that. I mean, I just wouldn't call Guardians of the Galaxy prestigious, but
Yeah.
I love those movies. You know what I mean? Suicide Squad is not a prestige film, but it's an excellent film. I am into this movie and excited about the future of Superman. I would put this easily at great, and maybe at super if these two weren't at great. Like, it doesn't quite feel right to put them this above everything. But I am real jazzed on it right now. What about you guys?
I think it's, to me, you try not to be like a prisoner of the moment and everything, but having
Yeah.
just watched through them, like, to me, it was the best Superman movie. I would take it over all the other ones. I think
All
the
right, easy rewatch. Yeah.
casting was fantastic on there, and it was a movie that when you left, like, you could feel like a sense of positivity and joy coming out of the movie theater, seeing it, and it wasn't, heavy-handed or anything like that. And it was the first movie where it really felt like Superman was a person, and it was just so well done. I was really impressed, and I wasn't sure how this was gonna go, but I thought they did a fantastic job.
I think it could be said that you haven't felt that joy after leaving a Superman movie since the first one, because all the other ones are sort of like either Snyder dark crazy or terrible, you know, 3 and 4 sequels, or they just don't nail it. But I don't know, Phil. What do you think?
Yeah. So I mean, I think like I like it is a very good movie. Like it is a great movie. Like pardon me. Like I'm looking at my rankings and like it's not very good. It's great or above. To me, like it is like I forgot that we use those rankings.
We had specific words.
Yeah.
You're like, it's fine.
Um, like it's hard to rank this one just because it just came out and like
Yeah.
we're kind of basking in the afterglow of like of this movie. Like it doesn't have the longevity of like the Superman the movie or like like what will we think about it like 2 weeks from now, like
That's
a
a
month
great
from
point.
now, like a year from now. But it's a really good movie.
Can't you say, what will we think about it 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now? Just to echo the opening.
300 centuries from now. No, that's way too long. 300 years from now.
I
Um,
agree. So like right now, the feeling is like it is the superior one, but
yeah,
a year from now, it could be sitting here,
yeah.
but
So
never
yeah,
here.
I don't think it like it is definitely in the upper tier of Superman movies just from like the cast and like the you know everything like that. Um, I can't put it any lower than great. Um, I would argue that it might be super, but like it's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
Like maybe in 3 years it will be super.
All
We'll
right,
just
we're
have
gonna
to do another
revisit
video
this
in
in
three
3 years.
years re-ranking all these movies.
Well, in 3 years, we should have Superman 2 by then, right? So
Hopefully.
we'll revisit the list then. All right, we're gonna nestle it in it. Great. And do we have a final card to see?
There's actually a bunch of card. Actually, no, there's one. There's exactly one more card. Um,
And then you're eating the gum, right?
Yes, you
uh,
must.
so this is Car Crusher Terror. Like the printing on these cards is so terrible. I cannot tell what's
Yeah.
going on. I think. Oh wait, I could like so. That's Clark Kent. He's getting crushed in the little thing. This is like the towards the end of the fight with himself.
Oh,
Um,
right.
so yeah, these like I don't know if it's my eyes, these cards being like 40 years old, or a combination of both. But like, yeah, it is really hard to tell what's going on with some of these cards.
These cards were packaged, Phil, when we were 4.
Yeah,
So, and we're super old, so it totally makes sense they'd be falling apart.
yeah.
I am also falling. If you've packaged me and opened me today, I'd also be falling apart.
So the gum is in two pieces. It broke. Um, it smells like nothing, or I have COVID. One of those two. I don't know.
It might give you COVID if you eat it.
I think it might break my teeth. Um, so I don't know that I'm going to eat it. Maybe if we get enough likes on this video, we'll film a specific video where I put it in my mouth and chew. Um,
You heard him, guys. Get this up to 7 likes, and Phil will eat that
whoa.
gum.
Double digits at least. Double digits. I'm not a cheap date. Um, but yeah, like, how do you guys feel about the ranking overall?
I think it's
I think
pretty good.
yeah, it feels good. It feels right. It does feel compromised a bit because I feel like I would have forced one into the superposition. Like I might have done this, but I am okay with this as a group chart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It almost feels wrong for one of them not to be rated super.
Yeah, right. Any
Yeah.
of these could slip in easily, I'd say. We'll revisit it in a couple of years.
in
Who knows? We
three-
might be huge Justice League fans at that point.
No.
there is some good action in the Zack Snyder Justice League. Like Flash is used way better. Like,
Yeah,
but Superman's barely in that one. He's barely in a quarter of that movie.
that's true. I will say, it's so great to see Superman come back, but when he's fighting Steppenwolf, I even in the theater I wasn't cool with he maims him, like he cuts
Yeah.
his horn off. Can you imagine if Superman like cut some dude's hand off and was like smiling when he did it? Or and then after that he punches him and they decapitate, like he and Aquaman and Wonder Woman decapitate him and
Yeah.
toss him back into the portal. That's not cool. Like I'm not okay with that. Like, and I don't think Superman would be. Certainly not the one that's saving a squirrel from a giant monster would not be okay with that. So I don't know.
I mean, I was not okay with Superman saving that squirrel, but that's a different conversation.
Oh my god! Controversial take.
All right. So what did you guys think of our ranking? Let us know in the comments below. If you disagree with any of our rankings, if something should be higher, something should be lower, let us know. Um, Otherwise, be sure to give us a like and subscribe. Um, oh,
Thank you so much to Kevin for joining us.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna drag you back out to help us rank other movies later.
All right. Thanks for
If you're
having
up
me
for
on.
in 3 years, when we re-rank these movies, you're coming back.
Are we
no,
doing
probably
Fantastic Four?
I think we should. I mean, we can discuss it off air if you're not committed, but it'd be fun to have you back for that for sure.
All
I'm
right,
up for
guys.
it.
All right. So be sure to leave us a like and subscribe, or like and then subscribe. And we will catch you guys in the next one, perhaps ranking the Fantastic Four movies.